Mining knowledge is the real skill the employers want. Welcome to Australian Mining for New Starters, and in today's video we're going to talk about the real skill that the employers want, and I'm going to use the underground employers as the example. So if we come over to Seek and type underground in, you'll see all the jobs come up. And all these underground jobs, all these entry-level mining opportunity and service crew and truck and nipper, they all need entry-level people. The reason they need entry-level people is because there is nobody. We came off a really low base of employees in 2016, and the employers have been chasing their tail ever since. They unfortunately go through a lot of new starters, and the reason that they go through a lot of new starters is that it's really easy to teach you how to drive the underground truck. It only takes a couple of weeks to do that, but to teach you enough about how the mine works so they can leave you alone in the truck to drive the truck safely, that's the skill that everybody has trouble picking up. And that's the reason that the sponsors training was created back in the day. So the Intro to Underground Mining course, the DIY, it's $495. They take Zip and Afterpay, and you can click on these links to go to PDFs to show you what's actually in the training. And if we have a look at what's in the training, these are the skills that they want, that the employers want you to know. They want you to know how all this works. And the reason that they want you to know about all this is because this is what they need you to know to be able to leave you alone to get on with the job safely. So if you can go through all these courses and understand the information and actually talk to them in the interview about how it all works, then you've got something to genuinely offer them. Because when they get somebody that's done the training, they normally get them up to speed in 3 or 4 weeks instead of the 2 or 3 months it normally takes, and without the huge turnover. And the reason that they have such a big turnover is, as you can see, there's a lot of information to learn. And if you don't learn it properly, and if you don't actually know it, and you get something wrong, then you will probably lose your job. That's the way it works. It's a high-risk environment where they need people to take the situation seriously, and they need to learn what's going on. And if you keep constantly making mistakes, or you get things wrong, then you're going to be looked at very heavily, and that's why they go through people. The longer it takes you to get up to speed, the more pressure that they're going to ramp up onto you, and the more pressure they ramp up onto you, the more people that put up their hand and say, get me the hell out of here. And it's not just one employer, it's all the employers, and they've all spent a fortune trying to fix it. They've all got simulators and all sorts of stuff now to try and get this mining knowledge up to speed as quickly as it can, but it's hard to get it up to speed with the company training, because they can only, in the company training, they tend to only go through the good stuff about the job. They don't generally point out any of the pitfalls or any of the bad bits of the job, or how people can be difficult, or what's going, how things can go wrong. And that's where the training comes into it all. It really does go through the whole job, and it looks at from a floor level, and it's like somebody explaining it to you actually there in the mine, and how the job's actually going to run. So the real practical way it's really run. It's just all about, if you can get yourself up to speed before you actually go, then you've generally got something to offer the employers. And you can use the DIY to do it. If you want some help, then have a look at the Work Ready. It costs a little bit more, but they redo your resume. You get one of us shift bosses to help prep you with the mining information to make sure that you can hold that conversation with the foreman in the interview, because that's what ultimately gets you the job. And we come up with a plan of where and how you can get in. But that's the secret to it all. The mining knowledge is what the employers want, especially the underground ones. If you can show up knowing how it all works, you've got something to offer them, and that's the way to go. A lot of people have done it in the past. This is our Wall of Fame page, and I need to say congratulations to Dean, that's just got himself a job, and Dempsey and Tim and Dave and Sarah and Jack, and there's a lot of other people that have gotten themselves jobs in the last couple of months, and you can look at the videos there that they've sent through, which is nice of them. But the whole reason that they got jobs is because they're able to talk to the foreman how it all worked, and they're able to show their employers that they were going to be able to be thrown in the deep end and get up to speed quickly. That's what gets you across the line. That's what the employers want. So I hope you found that information helpful, and if you could share this video around and like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.